To ask specific questions about people who bought ground beef, you can use a cross tab instead, and that would be under on the main page under Analyze. That's where you can choose cross tab. Again, cross tab will use a composer. If a box like this comes up, you can just close it. This is asking you about the last person's search. If you want to save it, you can just close it. So we can come in here again and we can choose, I'm going to choose ground beef again. Um, and people who uh, ate ground beef in the last 6 months. And I'm going to put that in my column. Now, what I want to know about these people who bought ground beef, I may want to know, um, you know, do they use coupons? So I can type in the word coupons and then look at perhaps um, under buying styles, do they agree with any of these statements? And then down here are some statements about shopping, and there'll be some ones about coupons in here that maybe or maybe not they will agree with. I only purchase products online when I have a coupon or promotional code for the site. You're probably not buying ground beef online. I don't make purchases decision based on advertising. I like to shop around before I make a purchase. I buy on quality, not price. Um, I'm a spender. Let's see. I like to share my opinions about products, a celebrity endorsement. I only use coupons for the brands I usually buy. Before purchasing a product online, I typically read reviews. People come to me for advice. I tend to make impulse, buy the brands I'm used to. My number one goal in shopping is to save as much money as possible. So those people might be using coupons. I usually read the information on the product label. I often save money by buying previously used items, probably not for ground beef. Clipping or saving a coupon is a waste of time. If you're going to use that one, you're going to want to use the any disagree instead. But when we're doing this, we have to, I already choose agree, so we're going to have to choose another one because all our statements either have to be agree or disagree. Let's see. I like to compare prices. When I find a brand, I like to stick to it. A product is made by a company I trust. I like to change the brands. I buy natural products. If a manufacturer offers a coupon, I'm probably being overcharged. I gladly switch brands to use a coupon. Oh, those are coupon carriers. I'm more likely to purchase brands if I support their cause. I prefer a store that has a large. Well, so right now we have two statements for people who would probably react well to coupons. So these people, we're going to say we want either of these statements because these are people who would agree that coupons matter. So we're going to add that. We don't care if they say their number one goal is to save money or if they would gladly switch brands to use a coupon. Either one means these people are extremely money conscious. So we're going to, and I've already ordered them together when I did this down here. So now we're going to put these people in our row. And we can just click row to put those in our row. You can have as many things in your column as you want and as many things in your row as you want. It doesn't matter. I'm just putting one for an example. So now when we read our table, we have to scroll over to where our column title and our row title intersect, our cross tabs where they cross. So that would be this section right here. So now we can see our unweighted, weighted, vertical, horizontal, and index numbers, and those all tell us something. The unweighted number tells us how many people in our survey answered yes to both questions. I bought ground beef in the last 6 months and I like to save money. 22,762 respondents out of 27,000 answered yes to both of those things. If we take this number and project it out onto the US population and put 3 zeros behind it, Simmons says this is what the number of people in the United States that answered yes to both questions would be. 122,753,000 people would say they bought beef in the ground beef in the last 6 months and agreed they like to save money. That's your market size. 122,753,000. So that's how you can figure out ground beef buying people who like to save money. Your vertical and your horizontal tell you things about each of these groups. So the vertical number always tells you about your column. Your column is vertical, so it always tells you about the thing that's in the column. So this tells you about all the people who bought ground beef in the last 6 months. Of all those people who bought ground beef in the last 6 months, 82.13% of them like to save money. 82% of them. And then the horizontal number always tells us about our row because your row is horizontal. So we can say of all the people who agree that they really like to save money, 58.63% of those people bought ground beef in the last 6 months. So we're looking at two different groups, and that's why the numbers are different. The index number is a probability number. How likely is this group to do this thing? And 100 is the base. So 100 means this group is neither more nor less likely than the general public to do this thing. If it's over 100, it means they're more likely. If it's under 100, it means that they are less likely. This group is neither more nor less likely than the general public to agree that they like to save money or to agree that they bought ground beef in the last 6 months. So there's no greater probability either way for these people. But our market size is 122.7 million, and we can see what percentage of each group's answered yes to each of the other questions. If you have any questions about that, please let me know.